Today we're very glad to have with us Vinny from this season's Bachelorette. How are you doing?
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Very glad. Tell us what your experience was like being on the Bachelorette this season. Fill us in.
Well, it was, it's a dating show. It's a very unorthodox way of dating. I've never really had to go on dates with 25 other guys dating the same girl. So it's a different approach that I'm used to, and it was fun. Nonetheless, it was a great time and great experience.
Favorite part being on the show?
Oh man, just having your love life documented and being able to watch it back, and people forget that you also make relationships with JoJo, and then you make friendships with the guys and producers and the stuff behind the scenes. So I enjoyed that just as much.
Do you still hang out with the guys now to this point? Are you still friends with everybody? All good?
Yeah, and there's actually a couple guys in South Florida that have been on the show. Derek and Santa Claus, Saint Nick. He lives in Florida, so we all hang out. And then it's kind of like a fraternity. So you kind of meet people from past seasons, and there's a lot in Fort Lauderdale and South Florida, and it's a tight knit. So we all keep in touch.
Was the show everything you expected when you were filming
Pretty much what I expected, but it's crazy. Feelings do develop in these type of things, and it's real.
And they say the process is like, because it is so quick, the feelings are, what is that like? Yeah.
You have to move probably about 100 times faster than you used to, because there's 25 guys, and it's a short amount of time. So
it feels probably like you said, when you have 25 guys, you have to kind of act like quick, or you'll lose your spot, and then quickly get out. So
you got to make sure your sales pitch is on point, and you got to just, what you wanted to say tomorrow, just make sure you say it now.
Tell us what it was like being with JoJo. What did you think of JoJo?
JoJo is a beautiful girl. We got along pretty much since the second we met. At least that's what I think. But she's a great girl. She's very down to earth. She's very sarcastic like me. We got along very well, and she's got a great head on her shoulders. A great family behind her, and that was something that we touched base on a lot, and just about how close I am with my family, and she was close with hers, and we had a lot of similarities.
So now tell us, how did you get on the show? Like, how did that happen?
Well, I actually was at work one night. I was DJing. We had a bachelor auction for the place that I work at in Delray Beach, Florida, to auction to go on a date with you. So I was one of the guys in there, and they had casting agents from, I guess, networks, and they reached out to me. And at the time, I really didn't know what it was for. I took a picture, told them my name, and then next thing you know, I was on ABC.
So you were looking for love at that point then?
Yeah,
you were?
Yeah. And that time in my life, I was ready to coincidentally, it was just, they asked me to do it, and I was like, this is the right time to start settling down. Almost 30, jobs are good, my income is good, and this is the time I want to start moving forward with my relationships.
It's very nice. And then tell us, what is like a dream girl for you? Like, what really catches your eye for a girl?
Wow, catches my eye. Well, I mean, there's more than just the physical attributes. Things I tell people time in and time again. I need that best friend aspect in a relationship. I need to just have fun, and then just worry about the love life after that. Because if you have that core, if you have that friendship, you can laugh with your significant other. If you can make jokes at your significant other, and then everything should just be easier and fall into place. So that was a big thing. Going on the show, that I can be friends with somebody before I fall in love or be intimate with them. So.
Now tell us, if there's like a room filled with girls and stuff like that, how do you like pick out, like, okay, this one, you know what I mean? Like, there you go. How do you narrow down who you want to go out with from a guy's perspective? Tell us now.
I really don't have like the type, but wow, that's a good question. How do I pick them out of a room of people? I'm big on, if they're outgoing like me, and I can see they can hold a conversation, in situations they can just get along with everybody, and just to be fun to be around, and just eccentric. I like that. I don't like the quiet people. I like to kind of be with somebody that's kind of like me, and outgoing and fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm repeating myself, but yeah, I just like the person that kind of stands out.
And then tell us also, what would be a dream date for you? What's like any dream date?
Dream date. Wow. I think, I was thinking about that question earlier. A dream date would be, I think, if I'm on a date with somebody that I really like and I want to have fun with, I want to be pushed to something that I wouldn't usually do. Like maybe skydiving or something.
Go skydiving? Would you do that?
I think something that like I wouldn't normally do, and just being with that person to push me to do that, and I think that'll speak volume in our relationship. So I think maybe skydiving or something out of the ordinary. Not just go get coffee or walk down the street. Just something extreme, because you can really tell a lot about a person in a situation like that.
Exactly. And then tell us, you didn't get your one-on-one date, which we would have liked to see. What would you have liked to see happen? Like, where would you like to have go with JoJo? Like, where? Like, what? When?
I mean, being on the show for a couple weeks, I think anything would have been good to go on a one-on-one with. I would have took out the trash if it was a one-on-one date. Anything really. I mean, she was easy to get along with, so I think in any type of environment or any date that we would have been on, we would have had fun. So maybe skydiving. I think that would have been cool.
JoJo, you ready? You're going skydiving.
That's it. Yeah. I think skydiving is a cool date. Maybe bungee jump, something extreme, just to get out of my inner shell a little bit and just show my true self.
And now, what were the group dates like? Tell us a little bit about that.
I was like the king of the group dates. I was on a majority of them, and it's awkward, I mean, it's fun to see her, but you're constantly like, all right, she's got a twig in her hair. Should I pull it out, or should I hold her hand walking there, or should I put my jacket over a puddle? But you're not the only guy thinking that. Yes. So it's like, she's getting pulled in all these directions, and I'm kind of a guy that kind of stays back a little bit, and I'm not gonna, dive in a little bit. But that was the thing about the group dates that was a little different. It's just that she's just going in all these different directions, and you don't want to be too aggressive, or you don't want to be too calm. So you kind of had to find that happy medium. Yeah, time it right, play it right, and.
Now, is it really hard, like, having all those guys seriously? Like, do they all kind of run to the chance to be with her? Like, she walks in, do they all like run that you're kind of like, oh, I didn't run that second? Do you think that all the time?
Yeah, of course, and I've never been that type of person in dating. I just try to be cool, calm, and collect, and that's worked in my favor sometimes. But there are those guys, that they pounce. She walks and they pounce, and. Some girls like that aggressiveness and some don't. So, with JoJo, I don't think she wanted that, jump at me type of thing. But, yeah, so.
She seems like a chill, nice girl, so she, you know what I mean? You're not a bum.
Nobody wants to get attacked when they first walk in the house. But you do have to, make your presence known and show that you're trying to, talk to her. So.
What was it like coming out first at the limo there, seeing JoJo for the first time?
There's a lot of alcohol involved, so you're taking advantage of that, and it's something that all the guys that agree with. Once you see her standing there, and she looks beautiful, and it goes from 5 guys limo to 4 guys to 3 guys to 2 guys, and you're next up, and you pretty much don't remember anything. I had a certain thing that I wanted to talk to her about. And thank God that came out of my mouth the way that I wanted it to, but I don't really remember much of it. I remember pulling up, seeing her, and then walking inside. That was about it. But, I mean, it's a good thing. So I'm glad everything I had to say came out the way that I wanted it, because there's other guys that made fools of themselves. But
And then tell us a little bit about the men's tell-all. Yep. Your mom was fabulous, by the way. Tell us about the whole experience, what you thought of everything.
The men's tell-all was good. It was good to see all my friends again, and my mom got to come with me. And, I got a question to ask JoJo of, why she canceled the cocktail party in Uruguay. For somebody like me, I didn't really have a lot of one-on-one dates with her. So I just wanted to know, why you canceled that, because guys like me depend on that every extra minute that we have. And before JoJo could get her answer out, my mom hopped up and, stood behind her boy, and she let her have a little piece of her mind in a good way.
So she's a very caring mom, so that's great.
She said, if Vinny doesn't have a question for you, I do. So, but, JoJo made it clear that me and her got along. We had a great friendship, and I guess that's where it ended.
She said you guys were the closest in the house? That was nice to hear. Wow.
It was nice to hear that from her. I got friend-zoned on national TV by JoJo. No, I'm just kidding. No, I understand.
Well, wait a minute. So did the other guys, technically. They're not, chosen, the rest of them, so they're in the same boat.
All right. She did say that about me, which I appreciate. And, it's cool to hear what she had to say from her end, because you really don't, after the show's over, you leave, and that's it. You don't know what her thoughts are.
Exactly. It's good to have that closure and to have that, said.
Right. And, so, I'm sure she got a kick out of my mom. I know the whole country did, and ABC and everybody. So.
How about Twitter? Has everybody been writing you like, oh my gosh, everything like that?
When I first was on the show, there was a lot of how can this guy be on there? I had a different haircut, so they were all ripping on me for that.
Love your new hair now, by the way. Looks good.
Thank you. So, but then I guess after that, they saw my more emotional side when I left, and they saw me at Mental All, and they just knew that I was a genuine person. So, and they liked that my mom came. So that showed that I'm caring. Exactly. So after that, there has been a lot of positive love and stuff on Twitter, and so.
Exactly. Well, tomorrow's premiere for Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes.
Tell us about that. You excited?
Yes, I'm very excited. They asked me to be on that. I choked up. I got so excited that I was going to be on that, and just to see my friends again that I've been on past seasons with, the past season with, that's also a plus. And just to find love again and just be out there and show myself.
What do you think we can expect from the show?
Bachelor in Paradise this is the third season, and I mean not just because I'm on it, but I think this is going to be the best one out of the last two that we're on.
It's very like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen?
Yep, Big Bad Chad is there, and he will be there. I'm there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and a lot of interesting characters are going to be there, and there's going to be some love, and there's going to be some romance, and there's going to be some engagements. So.
Okay, we'll start off now with Chad that you just mentioned. You were sitting next to him at the tell-all. We noticed that.
Yeah.
What is he actually like as a person? Can you tell us? Because you were sitting next to him and he was eating something.
As you can tell, Chad is a very interesting person. I never had a problem with him directly. I just think in a situation where it's an unorthodox thing where there's 25 guys and a lot of testosterone in the house, he's the type of person that kind of puts his guard up, which I don't blame him. But I never had a problem with him. We were nice to each other, and I don't agree with some of the things that he says, but I'm not going to hate somebody for that. I'm not going to attack him for that. But I think at the Mental All, I think he had some beef jerky. He needs to have a certain amount of salted meats in his system.
Even during the tell-all, every minute he's
Yep. He pulled out beef jerky out of his. No, he didn't. I should have asked him. And the funny thing is, when we were in the house in Agora Hills, that's where the house is, the mansion. He was making protein shakes. I said, Chad, can I get a scoop? He's like, no, this is all lined up for my days. He wouldn't give it to me. So I was like, okay, Anyway, but yeah, he had beef jerky, and he was chowing down at the Mental All.
He doesn't have a bag full of snacks, does he? And like all his go-to? Does he have?
He had a whole. He had a suitcase full of protein and meats and all of his workout needs and stuff like that. So.
That's hilarious. And then tell us now, for Bachelor in Paradise, is there any girls that you were looking forward to see on the show before you got on there? Like, oh, yay, she's on there? Or anyone?
I didn't really have a list going on there. I wanted to keep it open-minded, and plus I didn't want to shoot myself in the foot if somebody was there or somebody that wasn't there that But like I said earlier, I'm big on chemistry, so I
went there open-minded.
Yeah, open-minded. I wanted to just keep all aspects open and get to meet everybody that walked in there. And you'll see. And I talked to a lot of the girls that walked in there. I wanted to know where they were at, and I tried to find that part of me that can just mesh well with them, and
Now, we've interviewed some other Bachelor people before, and they've said the conditions of it, like they have no phones, no TVs. Is that all right? Is there air condition? Is there not? What are those aspects that we don't know?
Well, it's called Paradise, but yeah, I mean, all these shows, you're kind of got to be in the moment. So your phones and stuff like that are taken, but it's good because you have conversations that are meaningful. You're not on your phone, and that's one of the best experiences I think that I've had. I don't mind turning off from the world, and you listen to people in conversations, and I think that's a problem with generations now is you're just constantly on your phone. But yeah, take your phone and you want to listen to people, and you talk to guys, you talk to your guy friends about stuff that you probably wouldn't talk about, love and relationships, and so that's the cool thing, and that's why it's a very your emotions get involved, because that's all you're there for.
Okay, so now we want to know something we don't know about you. Can you tell us any fun facts, anything? What don't we know?
I don't know. I was talking to
something not obvious. What do we not know?
Something not obvious. I don't know. Jeez, that's a hard question. My life's like an open book now, especially after being on a TV show. Man,
like everyone watching, what can they learn? Like what?
Oh man, I took a lot of naps on the set of the show. I slept a lot. So I like to take naps.
Okay, wait a minute. This is everybody what we learned. Okay, wait a minute. Tell us like your day-to-day life. What do you like to do? What are like some activities you like to do?
Well,
Keep
I like,
busy.
Living in South Florida, it's obviously nice out. I like being outside and just being active, and I have a big social life, so I like being around my friends and just hanging out. Doing guy things, and I like going to the beach. I like going to the gym. I like to eat healthy and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy.
Okay. Should you eat healthy? Do you eat any fast food restaurants at all? Do you
I actually
stay
ate
away?
fast food today, but I didn't eat the bread, so we're good.
What'd you eat? We're foodies. We like to eat everything from the bread. Just the protein.
Yeah, I just had Wendy's. I had some spicy chicken, but I threw the I threw the
Tell
bread.
them at the drive-thru minus bread. Just chicken,
Yeah.
please. Just give me chicken.
I just had the chicken, hold the bread. Even took a little bit of the mayo off, but I'm going to Vegas next week. I gotta make sure. I gotta stay on point.
Well, when you do eat fast food, what's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Actually, that is something that you might not know. I mean, that was probably I really don't have fast food a lot, so that was probably like the first time in like a couple years that I went to a fast food restaurant. So
Wendy saw you for the first time in years.
on the way up here, 2 spicy chicken sandwiches, no bread. 2. Trying to catch up with Chad.
Okay, right? And then tell us, do you cook at all? Do you know how to cook?
Yeah, I mean, coming from an Italian family, I've always been in the kitchen and been around my family has been cooking. So
Did your mama teach you how to cook? Did she?
yeah, my mom,
Grandma, maybe?
Grandma, yep, the whole family. We've always been in the kitchen and stuff like that. So, I don't mind getting behind the stove and cooking. And that's
Favorite food you can cook, like a specialty dish?
wow. I gotta say Italian food. That's it. Yeah, I love Greek food though. I love Greek food. I think besides Italian food, I think Greek might be number 2. I love gyros and I love what do you call it? Moussaka?
Yep. It's like yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that. So Italian food is probably my number 1, and I love Greek food, and then I probably have to say Mexican's up there, top 3. Yeah.
Very cool. And then go ahead and tell us you have a current celebrity crush. Anybody you're crushing on?
crush?
Yes.
Wow. I'd have to say Margot Robbie. Yeah, she's gorgeous, and her ex-boyfriend kind of looks like me, so I'm gonna try and ride that wave,
Now, would you get nervous if you saw her in person to talk to her? You're all good, like especially that she's your crush.
Yeah, I think I'd start sweating a little bit. Yeah, but
We're Bachelorette now. You're all good now.
I think I could just remember the hard times I had on a television show. I'd be like, I can do this. She's human. I'm human.
Exactly. Very cool. And then go ahead and tell us where everyone can follow you. Twitter, Facebook, where Instagram, where.
Well, my social media is on Instagram. I am Vinny Vinsane, Vinny with a Y. So Vinny Vinsane. And then Twitter, Vinny Vinsane also. And then my website is vinnyvinsane.com.
How'd you come up with that name?
Wow, that's a good question. I think
That's neat. I like it. That's
I think I wanted a name that people would, like it's just a regular word that people would say insane. I was like, oh, that's Vinsane. I don't know where it came about, but then I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It stuck, and it has my real name in it, so too.
That is so cool.
Yep.
Vinsane.
So Vinny,
Vinsane.com. Everyone
that's
can
it,
follow.
vinnyvinsane.com. I got everything up there, videos, all my social medias, and
Very cool. Do you have a favorite tweet, post, Instagram post, anything that you've posted?
since
Like
the
from
show
your
aired.
favorites? Yeah, sure, for the show.
Oh man, I think selfies get a lot of love.
Yeah.
And my Bachelor in Paradise cast photo got released. It's got about 3,000 likes. Yeah, so I think that one's running pretty hot right now. I like that one.
Go like it some more. Get it
Yeah.
to 6,000 by next week. Keep
Yeah.
going. Yeah, but when the show airs, everyone's gonna go gossip and find
Yeah.
out. So.
So hopefully I'll get.
Tomorrow's a big day,
That's it. Tomorrow's a big night. Bachelor in Paradise.
Yes, everyone make sure to tune in.
Yep. Looking forward to everybody seeing me and help me on my journey to find love.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much.